All right, you guys, today is gonna be a pretty sweet video. Really stoked on the opportunity. Torp Motors sent me a controller for this bike. We're gonna be doing a full install video. Pretty stoked though. We're gonna go test it out on some real terrain, probably local trails over at the Amped Bikes backyard track. Huge thank you to Torp Motors. So this controller specifically is the most compatible controller you can put on a stock bike, stock power. I used to run 72 volt in this thing and now I'm back on stock power. So I want that little bit of extra juice. We're gonna test today. We're gonna go over the shop, put everything together. Let's get all loaded up. Well, let's talk about how nice it is today. I mean, look at this, dude. It is just blue skies. Taking the Tesla today. Let's get this thing loaded up on the back. I lost the pin for this side. Sorry, Jake. Try this out. She ain't going nowhere, baby. Here you go. I don't want that. All right, you guys, over here at Amped Bikes, we're pretty much ready to install this controller. Dummy forgot his key. Got to put a new ignition on this thing. But other than that, we're ready to throw this thing on. Pretty simple process. Torp makes it super simple. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, you guys, most simple way to get this controller on, we're gonna drop the skid plate, obviously take the stock controller off. We're gonna take this back plate, fold it back. Gives you a lot more room to work on everything. So let's get right into it. All right, you guys, got the controller basically off. We need to undo these bolts on both sides of the bike, flip our battery panel on the inside back. That'll give us room to unplug all of our connections, get everything unplugged. All right, you guys, we got the controller dropped down after we got this back panel pulled back. Your main connections are gonna be 3 bigger connections. We got 3 connections right here. So 2 bigger ones and 1 triangle one right here. We're gonna unplug all 3 of these. Last thing to get this stock controller off, take all of our phase bolts out. So our phase wire bolts are down here on the bottom. Right there on the back, right there. We're gonna get all those taken out. We're gonna be able to pull our stock controller off, get it ready for our new controller. Just a little tip for you guys. Found it easiest to get a little T-handle or a long Allen wrench. You can stick it through that hole here. You can access all the phase bolts pretty easily. All right, you guys, stock controller off. Ready for our Torp controller. All right, you guys, start unboxing, see what we got in here. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Got the Torp Motors merch up in this thing. We've got our controller cover. We have our wiring right here, wiring harness. Our display. Oh, look how sick that is. Look how sick that is, dude. And this is the bad boy, the Torp TC500 controller. Some stickers in this thing. All right, you guys, let's get this thing set up, and we're gonna go over how to install this thing right now. Let's go get everything started. All right, you guys, before we go any further into this install, but we need to do a few things first. We need to take off these 2 brackets that hold the stock controller on, and you may still have this plastic piece on. That's going bye-bye as well. All right, you guys, there is 2 sets of screws that come in this baggie here. Make sure you grab the 2 smaller ones. So I'll show you the difference here. That you grab the smaller of the 2, and you'll notice how that is only one that can actually screw in to the back of the controller here. So our controller right here is gonna mount, it's gonna sit right there, and there's some holes on the back side of this plate, same holes that you your stock brackets off of, so same holes that you're gonna install this on. All right, you guys, next we are going to grab our back panel that we recently leaned back. We're ready to mount that back into place, so make sure no wires are getting pinched, and just like that, we are in place. It should be really easy without a controller on here. We're gonna take our same bolts that we got out of there. We are gonna install those back into where they are. We need to connect our motor phase wires, our positive, negative, but before we do that, we're gonna route a couple cables. Our throttle cable and our brake line are gonna go on this way over here on our left side of the controller, and then this side, we're gonna put this wire here, you see, that goes down. We're gonna put it kind of back on this left side of this controller, almost kind of behind it, as far back in there as we can get. And now we can get to installing our phase cables. Make sure you line up the correct phase wires to the designated spot on the controller. So for example, line up obviously the yellow cable to the Y, the green cable to the green, and then obviously the blue cable to the B on there, and they're all labeled on here. So all right, guys, one of our last few steps that we have to do to get this controller up and going, plug in our wires. Also, big thing, make sure you guys hear each click on each connector when you're plugging everything in. You guys need to make sure everything's plugged in correctly. You don't want anything to short out. Make sure everything clicks. You should hear a clicking sound. For example, plugging in this one right here, you are gonna hear a click. Just like that.
It looks like a motorcycle, right?
All right, you guys. Basically got the controller on, finished putting our skid plate on right here. You guys just got everything installed over here at Amped Bike. And we are basically ready to get the app rolling, get a battery put in this thing, and let's get everything set up properly. So let's get this app installed. All right, you guys, we got everything installed on the new bike. Got the Torp Controller on there. We're ready to throw a battery in here and pretty much test this thing out. All right, you guys, we're out here in Virgin, Utah. Got the Torp Controller put on the bike. Looks amazing. I've taken it out in the neighborhood and it absolutely rips. So I'm excited to see what it does out in the trails. I got the 38 amp hour battery in this thing. Torp recommends that one. It runs about 8.5 kilowatts. I've ran a 40 amp and a lower amp hour battery and it still absolutely rips. It's got tons of settings in the app. I'm just stoked to honestly get out and ride it, see how it performs. So let's do it. We got Brett out here. What are you riding, Brett?
Good old Surron Ultra B.
Ultra B set up on the right wheels and tires. Heck yeah, let's get out there and do it. All right, you guys, hopping on the bike for the first time out on the trail. See how this thing does, you guys. Oh my God. All right, you guys got to remember, this is all on a stock battery, so we're not running any extra juice out of this battery. It's completely stock. Brett's really dusting up my trail right now, man. So much power, dude. All right, you guys, this next section is pretty legit. A lot of whoops, a lot of doubles. Excited to go through this, I'll tell you that. Hey, don't try and act cool like you're waiting for me for 15 minutes. I don't want to go down there. No! All right, that's the one exception. Ultra B can beat it. All right, you guys, we're back at the house after an amazing time out riding with the Torp Controller. I cannot believe how much power comes out of that controller on a stock battery. That's the biggest advantage. And honestly, it was amazing. Honestly, everything you could ask for in an aftermarket controller without having to change the stock battery out. And you don't have to bypass it. That's also the best part about it. I'm super stoked to see what else I can do on this bike now that I have that extra power. Stay tuned for more videos on this. Hopefully we can get some more videos together in the next week or so. You guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.